a little dark. Okay, I'm going to try to do this real quick before my daughter gets here with my grandson. They're on their way and almost here. This is my second vlog for The Masked Singer Season 9, Episode 1, the one about Medusa's clues, and the songs that everyone performed. So, that being said, I rewatched the episode so that I could make notes on Medusa's clues that I felt were most important. And as I said, I'll briefly talk about the songs that each of the characters performed. Hopefully, I could get a good idea of who Medusa might be, but I am still uncertain at this time. So the first to perform was Mustang, who sang "Here I Go Again" by Whitesnake. She was my favorite of the first episode. I love that song, but that's not the only reason that she was my favorite. On this episode, a special clue was revealed from a swag bag for each character. They do a different thing, usually on each episode. This should be a very important clue, I would think. So the second person to perform was Gnome, who sang "When You're Smiling" by Billie Holiday. And his voice was very sultry. Now, when I rewatched it, he totally, completely sounded like who he turned out to be to me. So, the last that performed was Medusa. And as I said, I made note of her clues because she was the only one from episode 1 that did move on. She said she grew up far from the spotlight, a dancer in the dark, who never quite fit in. They showed a chessboard, which to me looked like it was focusing on the pawn, but she did caress the knight, which led me to think that maybe she has dated someone who is a knight, literally, or something. They also showed a bust and scales, which makes me think perhaps it's somebody that's on a police series. And then they showed multiple artistic busts, and I'm like, well, maybe she's an artist, like an actual artist, and then I just don't know. So anyway, there was a true love heart tattoo. She says she was born to stand out. At this point, I'm thinking Avril Lavigne, possibly. They showed palm trees with neon lights, which I don't know what would be referencing. There were scales with Buckingham Palace on one side and what looked to be an antique car on the other side, but it was definitely focusing on the Buckingham Palace side of it. She said she did her own thing, ignored those who wanted her to conform, and as I said, there were a lot of ceramic busts. She said embracing her oddities, snakes and all, has taken her far, from the Super Bowl to this very stage. Said technically she's been here before, but this time she's here to compete, which made me think she's probably been a guest panelist on the show. She sang "Happier Than Ever" by Billie Eilish, which leads me to believe she's someone younger. The bust and scales made me think of Niecy Nash, though she's not younger since she's been on Reno 911, and the new police show I believe is called Rookie Feds. She has been a guest panelist on The Masked Singer quite a bit, well, actually at least once, possibly twice. Her swag bag clue was $340 million sold, not issues or whatever, but, $340 million sold. And it said on the front of it, Medusa, Snakes on the Astral Plane. It was a DVD, not an album. She commented, sometimes success comes in the grayest of places, which made Jenny think of 50 Shades of Grey and just made me think that it's something dark, you know. And I considered Juliette Lewis from the movie From Dusk Till Dawn and Natural Born Killers, along with other dark shows and movies that she has been in. And she's always been known to kind of be odd. And she sings alternative rock music, but I'm not sure about some of the clues for her. So after being revealed, as I mentioned in my other vlog about this, Dick Van Dyke, who was the gnome, sang Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And he had so much energy at 97. I wish that I would be that way when I'm 97. You coming in easy? There was a battle royale between Mustang and Medusa, which Mustang should have won, in my personal opinion. They sang Diamonds by Rihanna. And so Medusa ended up winning that, of course, because she's the one that moved on. And I was like, she could possibly be Cheryl Hines, because Cheryl Hines has been a guest panelist on The Masked Singer a lot, and she does sing, but I feel like she would sing better than Medusa did on this particular episode. So I just honestly don't know right now. As I said, I was thinking Avril Lavigne earlier. I was thinking possibly Pink, because she said that she went her own way and talked about being odd and snakes and stuff, and that all relates to Pink. But to me, I think Pink would be singing better than she did. So anyway, I also was like, I mean, the astral plane thing, it could be Teresa, the psychic lady, but who knows? We'll find out. Everyone have a great time of night or day, wherever. Everyone have a great whatever time of night or day it is in your part of the world. Stay safe and stay positive. I always have to flub up at least 2 or 3 times, right? Human.